productive. And in that sense, in transition situations, how would you advocate the need for protection of human rights through avoidance of relapse of conflicts? Because if you look at history, where are the worst atrocities and violations of human rights taking place? In conflict situations. And we've gone through that process. And the critical issue here is not to avoid another recurrence of the conflict that we've just passed through. That's one issue. Now, you talked about institutions. Now, historically, the conventional human rights wisdom has been focused towards protection of the individual's rights from the excesses of the coercive authority of the state. Whereas you are in a situation where the state is either non-existent or dysfunctional. And as a result, a whole range of non-state actors have come to challenge the state. So in that kind of a situation, what is the best institutional arrangement that you can envision to avoid more violations? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any more time left to decide?
Okay, I'll take 10 seconds. If you look at the model's experiences of other countries, of course, what you describe is not atypical of conflict, transition from conflict. But traditionally, one development that has worked is the strengthening the groundswell around civil society. It is civil society in its various forms that manages to sway politicians eventually, or at least control them. For instance, the issue of impunity, which is paralyzed at this moment in this country, is due clearly to the fact that the politicians do not consider it a safe avenue to pursue. Whereas it is equally clear that within the community, it is in the public interest, the general interest of the country, that impunity is not allowed to develop, to continue. And the only way against that is to fertilize, catalyze, encourage the civil society. Nepali civil society is very strong, but it simply needs to be stronger, not necessarily in the violent sense, but certainly in exerting higher and higher pressure. The other one is the media. The media appears to be a little bit too monolithic, not sufficiently diversified, at least in the well-spread media. And therefore, non-governmental sectors have the solution to addressing the issues that you have raised.
Only say a few words, like, as we are in transition, as you know well, it's a very testing time. There has been difficulties, challenges not only in implementation, but also in the nature of the agreements we have fundamentally. Because in my observation, there are half-heartedness on the part of those parties who were part of the negotiation or were party to the agreement or accords. There was a strategic part very much visible in the accords or agreements made. There was enough ambiguity, and also it very much seems that not prepared with the passage of time. It has been so also because there has been excessive politicalization of the goals of the transition. Fertile grounds have been provided to the spoilers of the peace process. It has led to blocking of implementation agreements every step. And as Yas Ghai observed well this morning, we may consider into it seriously. If that the case, as he said in his work,